No one's gonna record a goddamn.
We're gonna have a great fucking time talking forever. And I'm gonna miss all my appointments.
And Jiggy Jag TV, and you're in the sun.
I like Jiggy Jag, Jiggy Jag.
Look at this. Now, before we get started, this is going to be one of those conversations where I definitely, there we are, I definitely am being kept on a schedule, and you're being kept on a schedule, because when we've done radio interviews in the past, they're usually booked for 15 minutes, and at the end of it we're like, oh, we talked for 45.
Yeah, but it's like good conversation, and that's like a good interview, right? You want to get to know who I am. You want to, that's the whole point of it, right? So you gotta open up and actually move your lips and talk. Like that's happening. You're not gonna get that out of a sentence, at least not with me.
So we were talking before we went on about the fact that there's been you've been a good little girl at this event, and you've not went out and caroused till 4 in the morning like some of these folks. I see some of these cam girls, and I'm like, how old are you? And I'm like, 20. And I'm like, you look 40? Or the ones that look 40 look 80?
Oh no!
I'm like, what have you been doing while you've been in Vegas this week?
Sleep was not it. Look at there! Yeah, sleep didn't exist in their schedule. No, I'm like, I don't know. I think it's like my military background where I'm like OCD planned out. And so like I kind of take it this week. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take these days off before I go into it. Then I'm gonna plan this all out. Where am I gonna get my food? How am I gonna food schedule? What booth am I leaving early to get to the food? To like go to another booth a little late because I had to eat, like all this other stuff. And then I decided this year to actually take today off. Because I never have gotten a chance to actually walk around AEE. So I didn't even know what they offer. I'm like, I just know where I was, right? So this year I was able to walk around. We got to interview a couple people, a couple spots, or at least just showcase where I stood over the weekend. And it was really cool. But yeah, I planned it out. I mean, I know this is a long weekend. I want to be able to work next week. I want to not.
Yeah, you don't want to have that avian flu thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Good Lord. Do you need to get that?
Just one moment.
Because who knows? It could be important. You never know. It could be the president calling.
Hi, I'm in an interview right now. Can I call you back? Yeah. Bye.
You never know. You never know.
That's hilarious. Thank you for that. That'll be funny. We'll have it along.
So, have the outfits always been this fabulous this week?
Oh my gosh! Well, actually, towards the end, because the first 2 days, I'm here hired to sign for other companies, so I wore their outfits and stuff like that for the first 2 days, and then of course I had to bring my own little bit of flavor. And I just so happen to have one of she's my best friend, she's like a sister, and she designed all my ABN gown and my SB gown and everything like that. And so she designed this.
This is fantastic. It's
but she actually designed
the little diamonds.
Yeah, and then she does this stuff like she'll add stuff on the spot, and it's absolutely amazing. She doesn't just always like make mine. She actually makes quite a few of the girls in the industry, which is really good. Yeah, and so I inspired her, and she started out a great little business, and I love that. But I think I'm some people that really work hard and
Now, you sitting in the sun here. When the sun hits your
outfit,
outfit,
your face.
You look like a chandelier.
I know. Dude, no, actually, I just shook the hips, so you look like Elvis. Which is totally fitting for Vegas.
Because it is a hard rock hotel.
All that sparkles on your face, I get so sidetracked. I'm not even blonde anymore.
So how did this all come together for you today? How long did this take?
Actually,
5 minutes maybe?
No, it took me no time to put on. And it was funny because she actually made it for the white party. And I actually went there in it. But I stayed for probably I was exhausted for an 8-hour shift.
Oh yeah.
And I had to
all you want to do is just get off your feet and
I live here in Vegas, so I was just like, I just want to get home and get my own bed, And I literally must have been so so exhausted because I got in my bed and I passed again. And I woke up at 7. Like there was like no tossing and turning. I think I was still in the fetal position.
You're not in my system right now, you're not pre-registered, or you can't show me like.
You know, the whole night.
I can't issue.
So
I decided I walk around in it today and give it a nice good feel.
There you go. So, any upcoming projects, anything we need to be aware of?
My toy replica just came out. Point Star Stroker series, that's what I was signing for her at AEE and stuff like that, so you can go online and pre-order that. I'm going to be shooting a lot of my own content and everything like that. You can find all the different sites that I'm on. Just follow me everywhere. I'm just going to work on this year, doing my thing. I have a comedy show that I produce and host in LA. It's called Highest Fawx. It's actually campus friendly. So I wanted to create like just a cool environment for people to go to, sit back, have a drink or have a smoke or have food or whatever, enjoy some comedy, laugh together, get yourself off the phone, kind of like night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's working. Oh my God, it's so beautiful to be on stage and actually look out and people are like, no phones in hand, they're paying attention, or they're taking a picture to promote you a little bit, but like, and they're laughing and they're communicating and they're like having eye contact. It's fucking awesome. And I live for that because I grew up in that time period.
Yes.
I've actually gotten to a
All
point where I'm like,
these phones.
and let's just like a bullet point, like real quick text, like just like we can get this done faster. Jesse, I don't have all day to go back and forth with you. We can just pick it up. It's like literally a minute and 30 before I get a lot of shit off, right? Like instead of like this fucking 45 minutes going back and forth.
Well, like that there.
What do you mean by that?
When you got the call, it's like, I'm in an interview, I'll call you back.
Yeah,
Instead, it's, well, you can send them this optional message that says, I'm in a meeting. We're not doing that.
No, just real quick. It's personal. He gets it. He knows it. Like whatever. It's all the same. So yeah, and then I'm launching a coffee. I like taking my passions and making them into forms of workable. Why actually work? Why not live your passion out? So I love coffee, and so I'm launching my own coffee. It's called High AF Coffee.
I love
Love it,
that.
right? Yeah, love it. I'm working on it.
You're great.
I'm telling you. And then I'm also in the product development for a kind of like a women's health and stuff like that.
That's cool.
That's actually going to be CBD infused itself. So we're just in the product development of that, trying to figure out what do I like, how do I like if this feels, what do we have body reactions and I really like what we're coming up with so far, so it's really beautiful. And to be able to take that, because we work really hard to create our brand.
Yes.
But this isn't the only thing that all of us do. And so I'm taking my brand and we're going to spread out here and I'm just going to work on what I love.
Fantastic. Well, before we let you go, because I know you've got phone calls to return, and makeup, and all these things. Social media, websites, how do we get hold of it?
Yeah, so if you want a real flavor of who I am, I would follow my Instagram. That is Alexis Fawx Live. Twitter definitely is for my scene updates because we can post them there. I'm not in any trouble.
I got on Periscope earlier where they were doing strap-on baseball downstairs. I'm like, I can't run that on Facebook.
No. And then Facebook or Instagram. So that's what I'm like. If you want to get to know who I am on a more but kind of personal level with a very clean base, Instagram is it.
Yes.
If you want to see my scene updates, follow me on Twitter. It's at Alexis Fawx, FAWX. It's very simple. If you would like to subscribe to one of my sites for more of my exclusive content, you can see my daily live, BTS, just little videos that I do throughout the day with me, with my friends, and different things like that. You can follow me on Fawx Snaps, Fawx Fans. If you want to text me, you can do that. We have a lot of ways
You get your stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to let her go because we'll end up talking for another 45 minutes.
Yeah, I gotta get ready for the awards.
And,
Yeah, I'm up for 3 awards. I gotta get ready for
oh
that.
yes, you got to go collect these things.
Yeah. Well,
But it's
hopefully
all
that'll be kind of
over.
cool. I'm actually just happy to be nominated. Just fucking rocks right there. There's thousands of girls, and you thought I was cool. I was like, yes, that's awesome.
Thanks for watching, Jiggy Jag TV.
Bye. Thank you so much.